T-O-T-D-I-S. T-O-T-D-I-S.
Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2524 with the release date of Friday, March 13th, 2026 to follow in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The following is a QST. De-expeditioners face new restrictions on a South Pacific island. The World Radio Sport Team Championship prohibits symbols identifying home nations, and a 2-meter simplex challenge for everyone. All this and more as Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2524 comes your way right now.
From around the world, this is Newsline, Amateur Radio's first independent, on-the-air news and bulletin service. Now, reporting from Wadsworth, Ohio, Stephen Kinford, N8WB.
While most every DX chaser's eyes have been on Bouvet Island, the South Atlantic lately, another DXpedition planned for later this month has taken on new importance for activators in the South Pacific. New restrictions will be enforced soon that are to limit access there. Here's Graham Kemp, VK4BB, with an update.
Rebel DX Group's plans to operate as Tango 31 Tango 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 this month from Canton Island in central Kiribati could well be the last for amateur radio for a long time, according to a report from organisers on the website DX World. Dom 3 Delta 2 USU said the nation's fisheries and environmental officials have put in place a full array of costs affecting visitors. He said that these new permit fees and other requirements will impose a great financial burden on teams. De-expeditioners will need to provide accommodation, food and transportation for 4 government officials who will need to be present on any future visits to Canton. He said that, in simple terms, future Canton Island de-expeditions will cost about $200,000, which makes Tango 31 prohibitive. The obstacles are not unlike some of the restrictions the same group of operators face for its hoped-for trip to Conway Reef, 3 Delta 2 Oblique Charlie. Since Rebel DX's 2024 operation there in May of 2024 as 3 Delta 2 Charlie Charlie Charlie, Fiji's Ministry of Fisheries has begun moving forward declaring it a restricted access zone. The group announced in January that, with those plans in mind, the hams are accelerating their plans for an activation there. Meanwhile, the de-expeditioners are hoping to get to Canton Island and be on the air sometime around March 25. This is Graham Kemp, VK4BB.
Symbols of national pride and national identity are not being permitted at this year's World Radio Sport Team Championship. Dave Lee, M7TLB, brings us up to date.
Spectators and participants can expect to see plenty of things at the World Radio Sport Team Championship event in the UK this coming July. There will be antennas, rigs, cables, microphones and keys, and plenty of spectators to cheer on the hams using them. What will not be evident anywhere are any emblems, flags or other symbols of national identity. The organising committee of WRTC 2026 has reaffirmed the approach that was used during the WRTC event held in 2023 in Bologna, Italy. That means that, as before, this year's teams will avoid national symbols of any kind. This is especially significant because it's consistent with the competition's qualification process, which identifies all participants by qualification area and not by their DXCC. Like the Olympics, the WRTC is held every 4 years with different host countries each time. And they have included Brazil, Finland, Germany, Russia, Slovenia, and, in the US, San Francisco, Boston, and Seattle. This is Dave Lee, M7TLB.
Hams in the Australian state of New South Wales are worried that they will no longer be able to afford their vital repeater site. Faced with fee hikes on state-owned land known as Crown Land, they say they simply aren't budgeted for the extra expense. Jason Daniels, VK2 LAW, picks up the story from here.
Amateurs in New South Wales are troubled by what they believe are prohibitive fee hikes recently put in place for access to Crown land. Calling the situation unsustainable for amateur repeaters and other equipment installed there, the president of the Goulburn and Southern Highlands Amateur Radio Society has written a letter to ham clubs around the state urging members to contact their members of parliament. In his open letter to the clubs, Pete Chatwin, VK2PET, the Radio Society's president, noted that new or continued access to elevated Crown land sites for repeaters and towers could cost clubs as much as $20,000 Australian dollars per annum. Pete said that hams need to substantiate their own club's financial hardship by forwarding examples to Steph Cook, member for Cootamundra and Shadow Minister for Crown Lands. Pete wrote, quote, "It's important that we provide genuine, practical examples of how these costs are affecting clubs across New South Wales," end quote. He said that groups in rural areas as well as those providing emergency communications and training rely on robust functioning networks that include these sites. This is Jason Daniels, VK2 LAW.
Actions taken in the past year by the head of the U.S. Agency for Global Media, which oversees the Voice of America, have been ruled unlawful by a federal judge. Kent Peterson, KC0DGY, tells us what happened.
A federal court has ruled that Kerry Lake's oversight of the agency responsible for Voice of America, Radio Free Europe, and other shortwave news broadcast networks was in the position illegally. Her appointment to the post, which she gave up last November, was made last July without the customary confirmation by the U.S. Senate. Lake told the website Politico that the government intends to appeal the decision, which she strongly disagrees with. Her brief tenure was marked by the firings of staff and dismissals of contractors, withholding of funds to Radio Free Europe and Radio Free Asia, and a contract with the far-right news provider One America Network. This is Kent Peterson, KC0BGY.
The Hamvention Award winners have been announced, and Kevin Trotman, N5PRE, is here to tell us who they are.
Four influential U.S. amateurs in a well-known club based in New York State have been chosen to receive this year's Hamvention Awards. The Technical Achievement Award is being given to Robert Famiglio, K3RF, whose 6 decades as a ham radio operator are followed by more than 4 decades of providing volunteer legal counsel and regulatory literacy to his fellow amateurs on a variety of issues. In addition to being a lawyer, Bob has used his ham and electrical engineering backgrounds to provide technical expertise. He has previously been involved in leadership roles in the Radio Club of America and formerly the ARRL. Dr. Jose Otis Vicens, NP4G, has been named Amateur of the Year. An orthodontist, he has also been involved in de-expeditions at various locations globally, including Bouvet Island. His most recent de-expedition took him to Desecheo Island, where he operated as part of the KP5/NP3VI team. Otis's leadership role in emergency communication provided vital coordination during the 2017 Puerto Rico hurricanes, as well as follow-up. Special Achievement Awards have been given to Martha Fell, N3QBE, and Joe Fell, W3GMS, for their longtime mentorship of students of all ages and interests through a program that they have organized and a weekly technical net that welcomes newcomers as well as professional engineers. Hamvention is also recognizing the Long Island CW Club as Club of the Year. Under the club's umbrella, structured online classes provide all levels of CW training, led by members for diverse groups of students around the world. Congratulations, everyone. This is Kevin Trotman, N5PRE.
Time for you to identify your station. We are the Amateur Radio Newsline, heard on bulletin stations around the world, including the VK8MA repeater in Australia's Northern Territory on 7 p.m. local time. University students in Cambodia got a chance recently to focus on space communication by being part of satellite contacts and a QSO from Phnom Penh with the ISS. Jim Meachin, ZL2BHF, tells us about their accomplishments.
The logbook of call sign XU7AMO, the radio club of the National Polytechnic Institute of Cambodia, once again has made contact with space. A satellite training session between the 26th of February and the 3rd of March gave 300 students a hands-on learning experience building and utilizing antenna systems, gaining an understanding of ground stations and learning to track low Earth orbit satellites. An international team joined the session to support the different activities. They included ham radio satellite technician Mikio JA3GEP and marine electronics and telecommunications system expert Paolo F5VMJ. The students focused on low Earth orbit satellites and had contact with the International Space Station. This was a follow-up to last year's session when XU7AMO operated for the first time using the QO-100 satellite. Making their first contact with Antarctica, they had a question and answer session with DO0GVM at Numer 3, the German research base. That QSO had been made possible after the Cambodian Telecommunications Regulatory Commission authorized the station's use of the higher frequencies needed for the transmission. This is Jim Meacham, ZL2BHF.
While hams around the U.S. remain optimistic over the hoped-for passage of a national law that would prevent homeowners associations from restricting residents' amateur radio equipment, Indiana's governor has signed a new law to provide such protection for hams throughout the state. Andy Morrison, K9AWM, has that update.
Starting on the 1st of July, amateur radio antennas, towers, and feed lines cannot be restricted by homeowners associations in residential communities in Indiana. A new law signed by Governor Mike Braun will afford hams such protection on any property they rent, lease, or own within the association's purview. This is not a green light for all amateurs, however. According to the measure's language on the Indiana General Assembly website, House Bill number 1152 will only apply to homeowners associations that are formed or create documents containing such restrictions after June 30th, 2026. Meanwhile, at the federal level, the Amateur Radio Emergency Preparedness Act, which would create protection nationwide, remains stalled in Washington, D.C. According to the website govtrack.us, the bill was introduced into committee on the 6th of February, where it must be considered and voted on before it can move along to either of the two main houses of Congress. This is Andy Morrison, K9AWM.
A new antenna installation has put the beloved Hurdy-Gurdy Museum Station in Ireland back on the air, as Jeremy Boot, G4NJH, tells us.
The sun was shining above the Hurdy-Gurdy Museum of Vintage Radio in Howth as Tony, EI5EM, and Red Shannon, a shortwave listener, started some serious antenna work on the roof of the museum's Martello Tower. They were installing a vertical HF antenna donated by Mike Keane, EI4DF, a gift that has put County Dublin Museum's ham radio station, EI0MAR, back on the air, just in time for April's International Marconi Day. The museum lost the use of the station after its previous antenna had been destroyed by storms. Although marked by periods of rain, Installation Day finally took place under clear skies, according to a report on the Irish Radio Transmitter's website. The tower has a celebrated role in radio history, not only because in 1902, American innovator Lee DeForest conducted experiments in wireless telegraphy, but also because it housed a Marconi receiving station that conducted ship-to-shore telegraphy experiments with HMS Monarch. This is Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
In the world of DX, listen for Matza, JA0RQV/JD1, and Rio, JR2GYA/JD1, operating holiday style from Chichijima, IOTA number AS031, Agasawara, from 13th through the 16th of March. They are using FT8, FT4, CW, and SSB on 80 to 6 meters. Our LA8EKA is on the air as JW8EKA from Longyearbyen, IOTA number EU026, Svalbard, from the 13th through the 15th of March. He customarily operates using SSB, RTTY, PSK31, and FT8. Listen for him on 20 to 10 meters. Paula, OK2YL, and Vlad, OK2WX, are using the call signs V31YL and V31WX, respectively, from IOTA Group NA073 Belize through the 22nd of March. They are operating holiday style using CWSSB and FT8 on various HF bands. Listen for a Kai JK1JXZ operating as YJ1JXZ from Port Vila, IOTA number OC035. Vanuatu from the 15th of March through to the 3rd of April on 80 to 6 meters. As always, QSL and other information is available on QRZ.com for these stations. In the space of 52 days, one ham isn't hoping to change the world or even change amateur radio. But he is hoping to focus some attention on the simple joys of operating 2-meter FM simplex. He's posing a challenge to everyone. And Daniel Garcia, W2DIY, brings this week's newscast to its conclusion by telling us all about it.
If you grab your HT, tune to 146.52 megahertz, and call out for a contact, you are already rising to the challenge being posed by Mike N2MAK. Mike launched a project called the 5.2 Simplex Challenge at the beginning of March, and it runs through to the end of April. He is hoping to focus attention on the 2-meter FM simplex for 52 days. Mike told Newsline in an email, quote, "I often hear from other hams that there isn't much 2-meter simplex activity, and they wish there was more," end quote. Now he hopes there is. He chose this commonly monitored frequency because he said plenty of people listen, but few people call out. He doesn't expect 52 days of nonstop activity, but as a portable operator himself, he is hopeful that there are many others like him. He intends for this to be a learning experience. Operators may get a better idea of what their stations can do and perhaps consider upgrades or changes. Depending on where they live, they may even get to experience tropospheric ducting at this time of year. Mike said one of his most memorable contacts was on 2-meter simplex right after a POTA activation. He told Newsline, quote, "It was a brand new technician who had been licensed for less than 2 weeks, and it was his first ever simplex contact. You don't forget contacts like that, no matter which side of the radio you're on. Surprises like that are what can make 2-meter simplex contacts so special and fun," end quote. To see Mike's YouTube video about the event, see the link in the text version of this week's script at arnewsline.org. This is Daniel Garcia, W2DIY.
With thanks to Amateur Radio Daily, MSAT News Service, David Behar, K7DB, DX-World.net, 425 DX Bulletin, Indiana General Post, the IRTS, James Gifford, N8KET, Mike, N2MAK, Paula, F5VMJ, Pete Chatwin, VK2PET, Phnom Penh Post, QRZ.com forums, Radio Society of Great Britain, shortwaveradio.de, SWLN Post, Wireless Institute of Australia, WRTC, and you, our listeners. That's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. We remind our listeners that Amateur Radio Newsline is an all-volunteer nonprofit organization that incurs expenses for its continued operation. If you wish to support us, please visit our website at arnewsline.org and know that we appreciate you all. We also remind our listeners that if you like our newscasts, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you subscribe to us. For now, with Carrie and Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York and our news team worldwide, I'm Stephen Kinford, N8WB in Wadsworth, Ohio, saying 73. As always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2026. Amateur Radio Newsline retains ownership of its material even when retransmitted elsewhere. All rights are reserved.
WAKOC, KD8SLG. Good evening, Just Nick. KD8SLG, this is WA8KOC. There you are. Oh, I'm getting worried about you. My apologies. And oh, for those times when WB8UPA, our pal Russ, would be saying, go ahead and take it away and announce net control operator. I miss the old buzzard. CQ, good evening, and welcome to the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Weekly Net. This Tuesday Weekly Net is brought to you on Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association's WAWKY repeater, located in Doylestown, Ohio. Frequency is 147 Mark 390 megahertz, and the CTCSS code for this repeater is 114 Mark 8. We are here every Tuesday evening. Amateur Radio Newsline preempts this net at 7:30 p.m. each week, and we are here this evening to enjoy some camaraderie. Pardon my lateness. I thought I was going to get the countdown from Mick's girlfriend. It's good to hear everybody joining with us this evening. Before we start the net, are there any announcements? Please call WA8WKY because I will be using the club call this evening for this net. WA8KOC. WAWKY, it's KD8SLG. I'll do a few. Take it away, buddy. Thanks, Fred. I will be brief. This is KD8SLG. Dudes are due that time of the year. So it's easy to go on WAWKY.org and renew. We've got a club meeting on Thursday night. Real excited about that. We'll be at Casa Nuestra 5 o'clock-ish for dinner if anybody wants to join us there. And should be a great meeting. Hope all y'all attend. And Saturday, we've got the Bob Bone Memorial Fox Hunt, 10 o'clock at Bueller's in Wadsworth. Hopefully the weather will be better than today. That's all I got. Thanks, Fred. WAWKY, this is KD8SLG. Back to net control. Nick, thank you once again. Thank you for the announcements, keeping up on what's going on with Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association. And I think I'm probably the least popular person, amateur radio licensee in Silvercreek. Perhaps if I meet you at Casa Nuestra, you'd be willing to sit down and have a margarita with me. We look forward to Thursday evening, and we are also here Wednesdays for the Boredom Breaker Net, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That's here on the WAWKY repeater. And usually Dustin and Nick take the first hour, and Ray or Nancy the second hour. And we're also here Wednesday and Sunday evenings, 10 p.m. for the Beacon Net. Early check-ins start at 9:30. That's a lot of fun also. And trivia there and camaraderie. So there's a lot of activity on this repeater. We're also here Monday through Saturday, starting at 7 a.m., going till whenever, with the Barometer Net. And Dave, NT8D, takes Mondays. I take Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Thursdays and Fridays are covered by our illustrious president, AA8CS Gary. And Saturdays are either Stefan, NAWB, or Phil, K8PMI, or Net Control Operator to be announced. With that, glad to be here with you folks this evening. I'm going to start taking in and out check-ins. I'm not going to go by county. I'll just let you come in. Please be polite and patient. Let's not have a bunch of collisions so I have to try and use my head any more than I've used it today. It's been a rough folks today. Any stations in and out, please give me a call, WAWKY.
Kilo, Foxtrot 8, Charlie, Oscar, Doug from Maslin, I'm in and out.
WAGXX, in and out. Have a good one there, Fred.
KCA, JCK, Vincent Akron, in and out.
Whiskey 8, Charlie Tango Mike, Chariot, Portage Lake. in and out.
Kilo Echo 8 to Juliet November Hotel, Doug and Rippon, in and out.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Papa Golf, Bill, North Canton, in and out.
Kilo Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, KE8 DLB, in and out.
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee November Juliet, KE8 Y&J, John and Norton, in and out.
Station is just checked in. I copied Kilo Echo 8, but I didn't get the suffix proper. Could you please re-identify for me? My apologies.
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee November Juliet, John and Norton.
Thank you very much, John. We'll keep going. Anyone else? Nice and orderly check-ins with no collisions. Thank you so much, folks, for that. I copied KF8 COO Doug, WA8 GXX Tom, KC8 JZK Vince, W8 CTM, the infamous closer for the barometer net Monday through Saturday morning, Kerry, KE8 JNH Doug, good evening, KF8 EPG Bill, KE8 TLB Randy, and KE8 YNJ John. Any corrections to that?
Kilo Alpha 8, Mike, November Tango.
And Tom, you are in and out this evening, I assume?
That's correct.
Thanks, Tom. All right, the in and out stations that just came in this realm, thank you very much for being here with us this evening. I have all you folks marked in and out. I added Tom to the bottom of the list. KA8MNT, our master of humor for the barometer net mornings. Thanks, Tom, and thanks the rest of you folks for checking in and out. I'll go ahead and open it up for one more round of check-ins in and out before we get to the folks that are going to stay and play trivia with us. W8WKY. Any more in and outs?
W8WKY.
Here is KB8LNK will be in and out. Good evening.
Good evening, Ron. Thanks for checking in with us. Appreciate that. Anyone else? All right, hearing nothing. Again, thanks, folks. Appreciate your check-in in and out. And you gentlemen have a terrific Tuesday, what's left of it, and enjoy the rest of the week. It's about to get warmer later in the week. Without any stations who are going to stick around, say a couple words, enjoy some socialization with us and a little bit of trivia, please give W8WKY a call.
Kilo Alpha 8, Lima Yankee Juliet, KA8, LYJ, Bob, in the Magic City.
November Tango 8, Delta NT8D, Dave in Copley.
November 8, Mike Whiskey Sierra Pete, Jackson Township.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Delta Tango Papa, KF8, DGP, Lori, Stark County.
Kilo Echo 8, Echo Hotel Golf, KE8, EHG, Mike down here in beautiful Navarre.
WKY, this is Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Lima Golf, KD8 SLG. Nick, down the farm.
This is WO3X, Whiskey Oscar 3 X-Ray, John in Cuyahoga Falls.
Please copy Kilo, Echo, 8, Uniform, India, Kilo, K8, UIB, John in Massillon.
Harry, coming to you from Mount Airy, North Carolina.
Alpha 8, Charlie Tango, AAHCT, Craig in Shreve.
Kilo, Foxtrot 8, Foxtrot Hotel, Whiskey, Nate in Shreve.
Kilo, Charlie 8, Hotel, Delta, Papa, KC8, HDP, Jerry, also in Shreve.
Whiskey 8, Echo Lima, Mike, Eric, Orville.
All right, the Shreve crew is with us. Good evening, guys. I copied KA8LYJ Robert, NTAD Dave, and 8 MWS Pete, KF8 DTP Ms. Lori, KE8 EHG Mike, good to hear you, KD8 SLG Just Nick, WO3X Sean, good to hear you, buddy, KE8 UIB John, KE8 ZZR Harry from down in North Carolina, hi Harry, AA8CT Brother Craig, KF8 FHW, Nate, KC8 HDP, hi Jerry, and W8 ELM. My apologies, Eric. Did I get any incorrect check-ins there?
Net control, if you could please add Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha, KE8 VZA to the log. Thank you.
2 Erics in a row, I'll take it. Good evening, Eric. How you doing? Anyone else?
KF8FIT, Bob in Uniontown, I'm in and out tonight.
Kilo 4, Oscar Golf, K4OG, Mark in Kentucky.
Hi, CFY, Kilo 5, Charlie, Foxtrot, Yankee.
Adding to the list, KF8 FIT. Bob, I got you marked in and out. Thanks for dropping by and checking in with us. Appreciate it. Have yourself a terrific Tuesday, what's left of it. K4OG, Mark! Good to hear you, buddy. I hope you're going to be back Thursday for the meeting. If not, you're going to be sorely missed. And K5 CFY, Ray, I got you too. Really appreciate you guys going easy on us this evening, and minus the collisions. It's very, very much appreciated. Anyone else for the net this evening? All right, not hearing anything else, I'm going to say a very hearty welcome to all stations that are checking in with us this evening. We'll go ahead and get some information relayed and a trivia question asked and get some answers. And then we'll go back at the end and see if there are any late check-ins for us. But this evening's trivia question, I hope this has never been asked before. And the question will be, in Hawaii, KH6 calls to which of the continents does the antenna always point, no matter what the rotator control box says? In Hawaii, KH6, to which of the continents does the antenna always point, no matter what the rotator control box says. And I'm going to go ahead and not give multiple choice answers, but see if anybody can come across with the correct answer. You may. And I don't know, we should have some Monopoly money, maybe a couple hundreds, to give the folks that get this without multiple choice. Robert, I heard you first. I hope you're behaving yourself this evening. I spent my day in Barberton with the kids in LifeWise. How are you doing? How's your darling bride? And how's your Tuesday going so far? And what's your answer for our trivia question? Good to hear you, pal.
W8 WKY, this is K88 LYJ. Good evening, Fred. Good evening, group. It's been basically a quiet Tuesday. In the video of a meeting that wasn't able to make last night, and just finished 2 big plates of corned beef and cabbage, and sat down to the net. For trivia, I am going to take a wild guess and say Oceania. And I'll give it back to you, KA8 LYJ.
KA8LYJ, W8WKY. Bob, it's good to hear you this evening. I have you marked down for Oceania, and it's looking to me like it's going to be a rather quiet, peaceful St. Patrick's Day celebration here at home with my darling bride. I might add that I was remiss in not wishing everybody happy St. Patrick's Day to start off with. But thank you for being here with us, Bob. Rechecks are always welcome. You can ask any of the NCOs. We'll look forward to getting back to you and seeing if you got anything else. NTAD, W8WKY. Good evening, Dave. How's your day going so far? What's your answer for this trivia question?
Well, good evening there, Fred, and good evening to everybody on the net. Thank you there, Nick, for throwing out the announcements for the Fox Hunt this Saturday. I think I'm going to get some various pastries for the winners, not a pie, because that's too hard to divide up. I've done it a couple of times, but that's a Bob Bone thing. So we'll get some fresh pastries for the winners. Again, let Craig get out of there by 10:30. Craig, give me a ring here if you can. Here before the net closes. I may be going to bed a little bit soon here, but we'll get the other details worked out. Answer to the trivia question, I got no clue there, Fred. I really do not. Let's see, anything else? Oh, today I got to tune that beautiful Bosendorfer that was custom made for one of my clients. That was shipped in from Germany about 10 years ago, looking at the tuning record for this piano. And she graciously offered to allow people to come in. She wants to start giving recitals in her home on this gorgeous piano. Because her kids used to give recitals when they used to take lessons, but they're now 20 and they don't give a crap about that stuff anymore. So she's got this gorgeous piano, and she wants to start inviting musicians in to give recitals on this piano. So I'm going to see if I can't make that happen for her, and then I'll have a very happy and very rich client. Anyways, Fred, that's what's going on in my day today. Lots of snow, whiteout conditions on the way over to Lodi today, but other than that, not a bad day. Back to W8WKY. See you Thursday, and hopefully a bunch of you on Saturday for the Fox Hunt. NTAD, back to net control. Dave, quickly before you go, there are a few
few continents in the world, and you could just randomly pick one, so I've got some kind of an answer to give for you. And you tell that lady if she'd like to have somebody come in and play her piano. This cat would love to do that. Sounds like a gorgeous instrument. But yeah, can you just grab one of the continents out of the air, out of your hat?
Oh, okay, I will. But I'll pick one that's already been picked, and then I'll let the other, 7 of them are there? Oceania, just because that one fits in with 1984. What were they? Oceania, and then there were 2 other ones. So, yeah, I'll go with that one. Thanks, dear Fred. You have a great night. Catch you soon. NTAD.
All right, Dave, we'll look forward to seeing you Thursday evening at the club meeting. Thank you. I marked you down for Oceania. And whatever you do, be safe. Enjoy the rest of your St. Patrick's Day. Celebrate safely. And, yeah, we'll see you Thursday. 7-3, take care. N8 MWS. Pete, good evening. Glad you're aboard. How are things with you? Did you have a good St. Patrick's Day? And what's your answer for the trivia question?
Hey, good evening, everybody. On the net, it's Pete, November 8th, Mike Whiskey Sierra, down here in beautiful Jackson Township, Stark County, Ohio. The only thing I have is, obviously, everybody knows that I'm the production director for the Nash Family Jackson Amphitheater. Our 2026 season is coming up. Our first show is on May 22nd. That would be New Wave Nation. It's a free show. New Wave Nation's a great 80s, 90s band. They're fantastic. If you've never seen them, we'd love to have you out at our facility. It's a beautiful facility, like a miniature Blossom. We have a concession stand. We sell all kinds of beverages, including adult beverages. We always have food trucks there. It's super easy to get in and out of. It's located at 7454 Community Parkway Northwest, Massillon, Ohio, 44646. And I'd love to have any hams out there to come out and see us. There's a lot of great stuff going on throughout the year. You can go to jacksonamphitheater.com to check it out. And beyond that, thinking about this trivia question, I'm going to say Antarctica, because if you have to point your antenna a certain direction, I think that's what the original question was. I would say Antarctica would get you a lot of stuff, so I'm going with that. N8MWS back to net control, W8WKY.
Hey, Pete, once again, it's great having you in here with us this evening, and congratulations on being the responsible party for lining up entertainment for the amphitheater. I've been down there 3 or 4 or 5 times. I remember I saw Fleetwood Mac. That was a good tribute band, and also the Journey tribute band. Great shows, great musicians, great entertainment, and a really nice place. Food and beverage available. Thanks for being here with us. I've got you marked down for Antarctica for your answer for the trivia, and I hope that you have a terrific Tuesday, what's left of it. 7-3, Pete. KF8 DTP, Ms. Lori, good evening. I imagine you and John are going to go ahead and play trivia with us, and John's probably going to bring in the family and give an answer on their behalf. How are you this evening, and how was your morning with John and your day at work? KF8 DTP, W8WKY.
W8WKY from KF8 DTP. Work's a little crazy right now. I'm just amazed at how fast the orders are coming in. I'm now back full time, so yeah, it's a little crazy. Yeah, I'm exhausted. And as far as my answer goes, I'm going to go with Maui and see how that goes. I could be completely wrong, but who knows? Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday evening. With that, I'm going to hand it back over to you. This is KF8 DTP, and I'll be clear. 7-3, all.
Okay, Lori, well, I'm sorry to hear that the workday was taxing, but you knew this was coming. You bad little girl, you've had some days off there first part of the week, and you might have known that when you got back to work, finally, that it was going to be crazy. But I hope it's not too bad. And I know your better half takes good care of you, and he's there for moral support, and he probably keeps you laughing along the way. So I've got you marked down for Maui. Okay. Well, we'll see at the end when I explain what's going on, if that's right or not. Take care, Lori. 7-3 to you. Happy St. Patrick's Day. KEAG, Mike down in Navarre. Mike, it's been a while, buddy. I don't know if we're going to get to see you Thursday evening or not. Good evening. Hopefully the week is treating you well so far, and you've had a good St. Patrick's Day. And what's your answer for this trivia question, if you got one? W8WKY.
Well, it helps if I get the right mic. Mike got the right mic. I don't know. Good evening, Fred. Good evening, everyone on the net. Long time no speak. Hopefully things are going well out there. Trivia question? I have no clue. I'll go with, seems like Oceania. I'll go with that one. Why not? I'll follow along the bandwagon. I heard my buddy Pete out there, and a couple other buddies out there. Pete forgot to mention his band, Wheels Up. Great band. If you want to listen to old rock and roll and 70s, 80s, pop, rock, country, you name it. Lots of good stuff. And they are playing at the Nash Amphitheater also, so check that out. Can't wait till they get back in session and start doing some gigs. But wonderful weather down here. Just beautiful. I think it's, what is it? What is the temperature? 23 degrees. Great. Means I have to go in early tomorrow. Oh, well, that's the way it goes. I get to go home early then. So, tomorrow, statewide tornado drill. Keep that in mind. 147.12 down here in Stark County. Taking check-ins and listen for a siren, see what happens there. 7-3's all. I will try to make the meeting. We'll see what happens there. It just depends on how my week goes. It'd be nice to see you guys. It's always a great time, always a fun time. KE8 EHG, back to net.
W8WKY.
Mike, happy that you're here with us this evening, and I have always enjoyed my eyeball QSOs with you. Keep that in mind if you possibly can get there. Like and enjoy seeing you, and enjoy sharing a couple of words face-to-face. Whatever you do, have yourself a good rest of the week, and stay safe. Happy St. Patrick's Day. 7-3, KD8SLG, just Nick. Hi, Nick. How are you this evening? Over to you.
W8WKY, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Fred, and all the Sarah Club netizens. Having a great evening here. And thanks for running the net. Fine business tonight. I don't think the girl was there. I came in right after 8 o'clock and didn't hear anything, so I don't know. We'll have to look into that. So, trivia, I'm going to go with Oceania, or however you say that, and yeah, it does sound very Orwellian. Thanks, Dave. Lori, I think you were thinking of Maui Wowie. But speaking of t-shirts, save some room on all y'all's schedule there for, we're going to be needing some field day t-shirts coming up, and I think we're going to be having another contest. Y'all may hear some third-party traffic there. The Schnauzer has a new toy. There it is. Yeah, so we'll be talking about the meeting on Thursday night. Lots of stuff to talk about Thursday night. So I hope to see a bunch of you there. Oceania, that's what I got tonight. I won't hold it any longer. See see you all on the Boredom Breaker Net tomorrow afternoon, and I'll see you in the morning on the Barometer Net, Fred. Thanks. This is KD8SLG, back to net control.
Mr. Vice President, sir, thank you for being in here with us this evening. I'll address you as I address President Trump, sir. Appreciate your presence. Appreciate all the stuff that you've done for the club. Enjoy seeing you Thursday evening. And thank you for giving the answer to the trivia question is Oceania. Whatever you do, don't take any wooden nickels, and have a good rest of your St. Patrick's Day. We'll talk to you soon. WO3X. John, good to hear you this evening. How are things over in Cuyahoga Falls? Over to you.
W8WKY, this is WO3X. John here in Cuyahoga Falls. Good evening, Fred, and all on the net. None of the antennas came down, and no trees came down, so we're doing very good. Had a little dusting of snow that essentially blew off the car with the wind, and so there's no snow on the pavement or the grass. Let's see here, and I participated in a couple of contests over the weekend. One was the Breeze Shooters 10-meter ground wave contest. This is the second part of it. It has three parts. The first part was a couple of weeks ago. That was on CW. So I made my one contact there. And then this past weekend was phone, single sideband. So I made two contacts there. And this coming weekend is FT8. So I'm going to have to practice up my FT8 if I can make at least one contact there for a clean sweep of the different modes. Let's see here. So on the trivia question, I am going to go with the continent of Asia. So with that, this is WO3X back to the net.
All right, John. Well, first off, I've got you marked down for Asia, the answer to the trivia question. And sounds like you've been busy, keeping yourself busy. The contesting is great. Hopefully you do make a contact with the FT8 and get that all squared away, a clean sweep. Whatever you do, have a good St. Patrick's Day. Always good to hear from you. And take care of yourself up there in Cuyahoga Falls. Be safe. 7-3. KE8UIB, Johnny, good evening. How are you? How's your day going so far? And what do you got for us? Plus the answer to the trivia question. Over to you, W8WKY.
W8WKY from KE8UIB. Good evening, Fred, everybody out there on the net. And, Fred, what a tricky trivia question. And I'm doing the weekly going back and forth with Mom and Dad. We're messaging back and forth here, and as they're listening in, from good old southwest side of Akron there. And, let me see. Okay, let me start off by, I'm going back and forth with my mom and dad, so let me go ahead and start off with my answer first. I say just point the antenna north. Just north. Point blank north. And that's my logic here. So we'll just leave it at that, and that'll be my answer. Now my mom and dad, they say North America. So that's their answer there. So that's how that's going to pan out, guys. And let me see, Fred, I'm having a pretty relaxing evening. It ain't too bad. I'm playing radio, and I'm smiling. So hey, that is a good thing. And Lori's right. It was a tough work day, and unfortunately, I'm always the guy on the harder end of the jobs. So my days can be really long and frustrating sometimes, and that's what happens when you have all the experience. This is what 30 years in the same career gets you. Hi. But hey, it is. It just is. that's just that simple. So, you know, no matter what, you got to smile, work your way through it, make the best of it, and always look at the brighter things. So, as we're looking at the cameras here, and it's snowing outside, and I'm going to be dreaming of some warmer weather. Let me catch a nickel real quick. All right, and with that being said, you guys, I'm going to catch me a dream, a $5 dream, a nickel at a time, you guys. And with that, this is KE8UIB, and I'm going to go ahead and say 7-3s, y'all. Thanks for running the net tonight, Fred.
All right, John. Well, I do have you marked down for pointing your antenna north, and I'm going to go ahead and also write in your parents' answer for North America. So, glad you're here with us. Hopefully, the rest of your Tuesday evening will go smoothly and relaxing. And try not to work too hard tomorrow morning. I'll probably catch you on your way to work tomorrow morning. We'll say 7-3. KE8ZZR, Harry, good evening. It's been a while since I've spoken with you. I hope everything's okay. Are you enjoying North Carolina? And is there snow down there? And what's your answer for the trivia question? There's probably 15 other questions I could ask you, but I won't bore you. Over to you.
W8WKY, this is KE8ZZR. Good evening, Fred, and everybody else that's on the net. Yes, we are completing a 5-week trip. We've been gone down south here. We made our way down through Florida and up through Georgia and South Carolina, and now North Carolina. We're in Mount Airy. We went and saw Mayberry yesterday and went to the Andy Griffith Museum. And we leave here tomorrow, and we'll be back in Ohio tomorrow night, and hopefully home Thursday morning. So it's been a great trip, and we've had great weather. Actually, I just had to put on long pants yesterday for the first time in about 4 weeks. So my trivia answer is going to be North America, Fred, and that's about all I got. So I'm planning on being at the meeting Thursday night, and hopefully I'll see you there, and that's all I got. So I'll turn it back to you. 73. This is KE8ZZR Clear.
Harry, by the sounds of your voice, I would say that this trip has treated you pretty freaking good. I gotta say. And enjoying those southern states sounds like a fabulous time. Thanks for being in here with us tonight. I do have your trivia answer as North America. Hopefully we'll get a chance to communicate Thursday evening. Drive safe on the way back home tomorrow. And, yeah, just be safe. Hopefully you had a good St. Patrick's Day celebration in North Carolina. 7-3, buddy. AA8CT, Brother Craig, it is good to hear you this evening. I hope that your Tuesday went well, your St. Patrick's Day Tuesday. Over to you. W8WKY.
W8WKY, good evening, Brother Fred. Yes, it did. Well, it was a busy day. Diane had a doctor's appointment, and so that kind of, I work out in the morning. She had a doctor's appointment in the afternoon. We went out to a quick dinner. Although it was not corned beef and cabbage, it was Chinese, but that's okay. And, yeah, it's been busy all along here. So, yes, my best guess, which is very emphasized guess, would be North America. I'm thinking where Hawaii is, and if you go north from there, you pretty much hit Alaska, so Alaska's North America. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to turn it back to you. Thank you for running not only the barometer net this morning, but the Sarah Club meeting tonight. So look forward to seeing you on Thursday. And with that, we will turn it back to W8WKY. This is AA8CT. Be well, Brother Fred, and we will catch you down the log, my friend.
Craig, I'd like to say 7-3 to you for this evening. Thank you for being here with us. I do have your answer as North America. Yeah, I think that we'll get a chance to converse Thursday evening face-to-face. I'm just glad you're in here with us, and I hope you had a good St. Patrick's Day. Take good care of yourself. 7-3, buddy. The other Mr. Purcell. KF8 FHW. Nate, good evening. Take it away. It's all yours. How are you? And what's your answer for this trivia question? What's new with you?
W8WKY, KF8 FHW. Good evening, Fred. I'm going to say that what's new with me is this will be my first ever contest answer since I've joined AM radio. And I haven't done much, because, well, I'd rather get my equipment up and running and, have a good station better than a station that doesn't work. And, so it's been a nice, productive, warm day in the house. And my answer, I think, is going to be Africa. I'm just going to go with another A continent word. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. KF8 FHW.
KF8 FHW, W8WKY. Thanks for being here with us, Nate. It's good to hear you. Hopefully the work to get the radio station completely assembled and online will go smoothly. Hopefully you had a good St. Patrick's Day. I've got you marked down for Africa, and we'll see what goes on here at the end of the net. But thanks for being in here with us. Take care of yourself. 7-3. KC8HDP. Good evening, Jerry. It's great to hear from you. I hope your week's going along pretty good so far. Hope you've had a good St. Patrick's Day celebration. And what's new with you, and what's your answer to the trivia question? W8WKY.
W8WKY and the net. This is KC8HDP. Well, good evening, Fred. Good to hear you doing the net this evening. I am doing just fine. The St. Patrick's Day celebration was very nice. Enjoyed it very much. Let's see, your trivia question before I forget. Boy, I'm puzzled. I only know the beginning calls for prefixes for two countries other than the United States, and neither one of them start with with what you said. So, boy, I'm at a total loss. Let's just go with North America. I don't know. As good as any, since I don't know. Well, don't really have anything else for the net, so I'll send things back to you, Fred. Thank you once again for being a net control operator, and look forward to seeing you Thursday evening, along with a bunch of other people, too. So that will send things back to you. W8WKY and the net from KC8HDP 7-3.
Jerry, great to have you aboard this evening. Enjoy speaking with you and getting a chance to say hello on the transceivers. Probably get a chance to say hello in person Thursday evening, but whatever you do, you enjoy the rest of your St. Patrick's Day. Glad to know that it's been good so far. And we'll look forward to seeing you Thursday evening. 7-3, pal. W8ELM. Mr. Mast, how you doing? It's great to hear you. It's been quite a while since I've had a QSO with you. And I miss you doing the trivia that you used to do for us. But everybody needs a break. How's your St. Patrick's Day? And what's your answer for this trivia question, if you got one?
W8WKY from W8ELM. Well, good evening to you, Fred, and everybody on the net. Yeah, it has been a long time. I will start off with some bad news around here. My neighbor's house burned down today while the family was out of the country, and they're, I think, due to get back tonight in about an hour or so, and no person was hurt, but they did lose their dog, who was being cared for by someone else, and anyway, kind of a sad situation, something you just hope that you never have to go through, and he has done so 3 times over his lifetime. let's see, put strings on my A-style mandolin tonight, and I'm glad that job is over for a few months at least. It's getting harder and harder for me to do that kind of thing. We did lose a 100-foot oak tree that fell across our inner driveway. Didn't do any damage, but we had to go out the outer driveway until we got it cut up. I had the privilege of working Harry's EZR at least twice, I think, on Parks on the Air while he's been gone. And as far as the trivia, I have no idea. I don't understand it. I don't know. I think the jury's still out on Oceania. I don't know that it's considered the actual continent name, but it doesn't matter because I wasn't going to choose that anyway. I think I would just probably wait around a billion or so years until all of the continents come back together as Pangea, and that's going to be my answer. So I'm going to say Pangea and turn it back to net. Thanks again, Fred. W8WKY from W8ELM.
Eric, you cheater. All right. I have you marked down for Pangea for the trivia answer. It sounds like you've got everything well in order, and glad you're here with us this evening. Always good to talk to you. Hopefully your St. Patrick's Day Tuesday went along real well without a hitch. Take good care of yourself. I'll say 7-3 and move on. KE8VZA. Eric, what do you say, pal? How are you this evening? And what's your answer for the trivia question? I keep wanting to say this morning. You get in a habit, right? What's your answer for the trivia question this evening, pal? W8WKY in the net, KE8VZA here. Thanks for picking me up, Fred. I'm torn between three different continents, but let's just say I'm remembering some certain features that may lead me to think North America, and I won't say any more, but that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. North America, and was an interesting day today, hearing the boom of the meteorite, and I gather it came toward us on a southeasterly trajectory from over Lake Erie and blew up in the atmosphere and scattered fragments in somewhere in Medina County, from what I hear. The boom was equivalent to like 250 tons of TNT going off, it's estimated. I think the mass was about 7 tons, the mass of the meteorite, and there's some wild numbers as far as how fast it was traveling. Let's just say it was moving pretty fast. Anyway, I was up at work in Cleveland, west side of Cleveland, not far from Hopkins Airport, and it sounded like somebody dropped something on the roof right above me. And there was a little rumble afterwards as well, and it was heard all over the place. Pennsylvania heard it, western PA, I guess. Ashtabula, Euclid, Painesville, Sagamore Hills. Our son down in Oxford did not hear it. But anyway, that's all I have. So we'll go with North America. Thanks, Fred. KE8VZA back to net control. Eric, it's good to hear you this evening. I had heard from a couple folks today about the big boom, and pretty wild. But hopefully, wherever those pieces fell down in Medina, nobody was injured, no property or homes were bothered by it. And as I understand it, it was a worthy boom. Anyway, thanks for being here with us. Hopefully you had a good St. Patrick's Day, and whatever you do, stay safe. I'll look forward to talking to you soon, pal. 7-3. KF8FIT Bob over in Uniontown was in and out. Bob, if you're still listening, have a great Tuesday. What's left of it. K4OG Mark, thanks for checking in with us this evening from down in Kentucky. Hopefully everything is good with you, and I'll throw it over to you to see what's new and what your answer for this trivia question is. Hopefully your St. Patrick's Day went well. W8WKY.
W8WKY, K4OG. Good evening, Fred and everyone. Well, the things down here in Kentucky are as good as they can be. Unfortunately, I won't be at the meeting, Fred. So I can tell you this, Fred. If everybody votes middle mark for assistant treasurer, they won't be wrong. And here's what I can do for you. I can go ahead and send out the minutes after the net without presidential and president-elect approval, if they don't mind. Let's get to the trivia. Fred, the trivia question is awesome. I think this guy in Hawaii needs to fix his direction indicator or move the magnetic speaker away from it. You got me bamboozled, Fred. I'm gonna guess Antarctica, and I don't know why. It's just a guess. But thanks for the trivia question, Fred. I really do enjoy it. And looking forward to the answer and how in the world anyone's direction finder can point to the same continent no matter what. Have a good evening. K4OG, back to net.
Mark, number one, you will be missed at this meeting Thursday evening. Gosh, I was planning on making some of my Asian deviled eggs for you. I'll have to make it next month. But anyway, whatever you do, you enjoy your St. Patrick's Day, the rest of it down there with your darling bride, close to your family. That's the way it should be. Hopefully it's going well for you down there, while you're down there. And whatever you do, just stay safe. I've got you marked down for Antarctica, which was chosen more than once. I got to say that. Take care, Mark. 7-3. Ray, K5CFY. It's sure good to hear you this evening. Hopefully everything is okay and going well over there in Tulsa. And hopefully you've had a good St. Patrick's Day. I'll throw it over to you for your answer for the trivia, too. Give Fred a pat on the head for me, if you would.
WKY, this is K5CFY. This is kind of a special St. Patrick's Day. This morning early, ungodly early, tuned in to 48496, and you were running the net. And then I come back in here this evening and 48496, and there you are, still running the net. You're awesome there, Fred. I don't know how you do it. That's got to be, 13, 14 hours of running a net, so that's got to be some kind of a record. Anyway, I'm going to go with North America because I don't have a clue. I'm like somebody else said that they're a direction finder. Must be way off. Good to hear you, Fred. You always do an awesome job. I will be at the meeting in spirit anyway. And everybody have a great rest of the day. 73 to you, Fred. You do a great job. K5CFY, back to you.
Ray, we do appreciate you, Ms. Nancy, and all the folks out there in the Central Plains states that come in and enjoy camaraderie on amateur radio with us. Sincerely appreciated. Glad you're here with us this evening. As I said, please give Fred a little scratch on the head for me, if you would. I've got you marked down for North America to the answer to the trivia question, and we will look forward to talking to you in the near future, probably tomorrow afternoon if you're going to run the second hour of the Boredom Breaker net. With that brings me to the bottom of the original check-in list for people who are going to stick around. We had some in and outs come in. Appreciate those folks as well. I'll go ahead and see if there's anybody else out there that wants to come in as a late check-in, and then I can go ahead and ask the trivia question one more time. Has anybody been missed that would like to check in on the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Weekly Net this evening? Please call W8WKY.
Whiskey 8, Hotel Romeo Foxtrot, W8HRF, Josh and Akron.
Good evening, Fred. KCFQV.
Whiskey 8 Tango.
KA8LYJ is going to do a recheck.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Echo Lima Alpha KF8ELA Zach in Dalton.
All right, I have added to the list this evening W8HRF, Josh. KC8FQV, Mark. W8TD, Brother John. And KF8ELA, Zach. Before I go ahead and ask the trivia question one more time, I want to make sure I gather everybody in here I can. Any other stations would like to check in on the Tuesday Weekly Net for Sarah? Please call W8WKY. This is Juliet Sierra. Station that just checked in, awful scratchy. I did not catch the call sign. Maybe you could change locations a bit or up the power, if you would, please.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Delta Tango Alpha.
KF8 DTA, affirmative. I caught you. I don't know if you were the one that came in awful scratchy. Was there anybody else that would like to join us this evening?
KE8VZA with a relay.
Go ahead, Eric. I'll take the relay.
I was able to pull out of the noise Whiskey 2, Juliet Lima Sierra, W2JLS, John.
I don't usually take liberties and brag, but if I would have heard John's voice properly, I would have not even had to ask. W2JLS, John, I got you in on this log too. Anyone else?
KA8LYJ with a recheck.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure there was nobody else. We've got a recheck coming from Robert, KA8LYJ, W8WKY. Take it away, Bob.
W8WKY.
W8WKY, KA8LYJ. I was remiss earlier. The Apex Predator, grooming my beard right now, wants me to let everybody know that besides St. Patrick's Day, today is St. Gertrude of Nivelle Day, patron of cats and those who love them. This is KA8LYJ.
Well, Bob, being the idiot that I am, I'm going to explain to you what I've explained to most people when I've spoken to them about their cats. I don't normally crack on N8LTR's cats. I know they're very, very special to him. But usually I say, you know, cats are great. God put them on this earth for one thing, target practice. Sorry, Bob. Thanks for the recheck. We appreciate the information. Hopefully we've learned something from that. And thanks a lot, buddy. Appreciate it. 7-3. I'm going to go ahead and give the trivia question for the folks that checked in a little bit late. It is, in Hawaii, KH6. To which of the continents does the antenna always point no matter what the rotator control box says? In Hawaii, KH6. To which of the continents does the antenna always point no matter what the rotator control box says? And I did not give multiple choice answers. I want to see if somebody can get this on their own. And Josh, take it away, it's all yours. W8HRF, W8WKY. How was your day?
WA8KOC, W8HRF, good evening, Fred, and all the folks on the club net. This trivia question has me perplexed. I'm going to go with the biggest continent. I'm just going to say Asia. Something about that doesn't seem right. I'm going to go with Asia, though. Let's see, what else? I'm still thinking about the question. The day turned out pretty good. Got out of work a little early and ran to the gym, so I feel pretty good about that. And I'm reading a book. And for those of you who know me, I don't read. I just don't. But I am 130 pages into this 470-page book called Project Hail Mary, which they just made a movie about, and it's basically a space movie. So that's really cool. Made by the same guy who made The Martian. Written by the same guy who wrote The Martian. So, anyways, I'm enjoying that book immensely so far. And so I spent about 30 minutes reading that and had some dinner, and we put the kids to bed, and that's about what's going on around here. So, looking forward to the meeting on Thursday and the Fox Hunt on Saturday. Said that this morning. Let's see what else. I guess that's everything. So, hope you all have a wonderful evening. Thanks for running the net, Fred. Appreciate it. And appreciate you picking me up. WA8KOC, W8HRF, 730.
Well, Josh, I appreciate you taking the time to check in with us this evening. I imagine Ms. Lucy is lonesome and misses you, so you should probably get back to that. And hopefully the kids are doing okay as well. I know you said they're getting big and they're starting to really mature. And isn't it great being a dad? Yeah, good luck finishing that book. I'm sure it's going to be great. The Martian was fabulous. And I'm not much of a reader as well. I mean, I read stuff, but not books. And I tend to want to get through a book quickly instead of leaving it around for a month and a half or so in order to get through it all. I tend to be more focused and better at what I comprehend. That's what happens when you get old, buddy. Watch out. I've got you marked down for Asia, for the continent. And we'll look forward to talking to you in the near future. Our best to you and the family. 7-3. KC8FQV, good evening, Mark. Take it away, it's all yours. W8WKY.
KC8FQV, been around a few nets. Matter of fact, I stopped over at 5 Hill. The club has their net at tonight. They have a net at 4 every day, but then they do a club net tonight. So I stopped there. I looked at net logger. Yeah, you always can find something. Yeah, you sort of get in trouble with net logger. Well, not in trouble. You just find new nets. That's what I mean. Find new nets that way. But I want to say, I'm going to say that needle's always stuck, so it's stuck at the equator. So they just leave it looking at the equator. So, other than that, not much else here happening yet. On off snow today. Yeah. Up north last night, about 1 in the morning, I seen all the roads up here were all yellow striped. South of the turnpike, there was nothing really. But I guess there was some doozies down there. Yeah, 77 was a doozy this morning. Yeah, they were doing doozies on there. Yeah, they were doing doozies on that road. Hey, guys, they had like a 20-some pileup or whatever. No one injured. It just, I guess they were playing. Well, since they closed one park up here, I guess they figured they'd moved the bumper curves down there. But everything, it sounded like everything was fared out well. So, but I want to say the equator. Other than that, yeah, we'll send it back to net control, KCFQV.
Mark, appreciate your presence here with us this evening. Yeah, there was a 23-car pileup on 77 heading south down in Green, right around Arlington Road, Maslin Road. Miserable mess. Miserable. Cars crashing into each other, some cars off the side of the highway. It was bad. That's what happens when people don't pay attention. And we had quite a few check-ins this morning on the barometer net where people, I think, were taking care of business, watching where they were going, keeping their eyes on the road, keeping both hands on the wheel, and checked in and out with us. But anyway, thanks for being here, Mark. I got you marked down for the equator, which I don't think is a continent, but that's okay. We'll talk to you soon. 7-3. WATD, Brother John, it's all yours. It's good to hear you this evening. Where are you? And I think you said it'll be sometime tomorrow when you land at the next port of call. Over to you, and what's your answer to the trivia question, John?
WA8KOC and the net, Whiskey Tango Delta. Well, a bit of trivia not related to your question, but related to an earlier post. The fellow that wrote The Martian is actually a local, or very nearly so. He's in Northeast Ohio. He speaks at the Astronomy Club of Akron once a year on various topics. So just thought that might be interesting. Where am I? I am anchored off Maui. Or not anchored off, we're docked. Maui. To Port Kahului, I think it's pronounced. By far my favorite port to visit in the islands was Lahaina on the other end of Maui. However, there's nothing there now because it all burned. So since then, the ships have all been docking at Kahului, where there's, I don't know, there's nothing right here in the port area, sadly, and I don't tend to wander far from the ship. I came back to the cabin around, 1 o'clock local time, 7 o'clock your time, intending to check into the net and then go ahead and get off the boat and walk on shore for a bit, but I made the mistake of falling asleep, and that's how I slept through the first part of the net. And now it's getting kind of late to be getting off, plus it's raining today. A little disappointing, although looking at my porch camera, I see that there's snow on the porch and on the steps, so compared to that, I'll take rain. I don't think Oceania is recognized as a continent everywhere. I don't believe in the U.S. it is, but in Europe it is. And if Oceania is considered a continent, then that's the answer to your trivia. And this is our last port within the islands. This evening we'll be sailing east, and the next stop will be Ensenada, and that will be on the 23rd of the month. And then 24th we hit LA, and I travel back, hoping that the snow has melted. WA8KOC in the net. W8TD.
John, I'm glad I got a chance to say good evening today. Hopefully you had a good St. Patrick's Day on the ship, or off the ship, as it were. Hopefully you're enjoying the cruise. I got to say that you don't have anything to worry about, because I think Thursday is going to be pretty warm, and Friday, Saturday is something like a 67 or a 69 degree high. All this white stuff is going to be gone. Probably be a mucky mess. Maybe it'll be dry enough. Who knows when you get back. But yeah, enjoy your cruising. Enjoy the travels. Have a good St. Patrick's Day, what's left of it. I think for you, there's a little bit left. And we'll look forward to talking to you in the near future. 7-3, John. KF8ELA, Zach, good evening. Great to have you aboard this evening. What's new with you? Did you have a good St. Patrick's Day? And what's your answer to our trivia question?
W8WKY in the net. Good evening, everyone. This is KF8ELA. I'm doing good, Fred. Appreciate you asking. And yeah, we had a good St. Patrick's Day. It didn't celebrate much, but nonetheless, it was a good day. So let's see, I am just enjoying some radio tonight. I am actually beta testing an app for another ham, and it has been quite the ride. Pretty cool little application he's got going here, so just trying to help him out. And yeah, I've been head down on that, so I missed the first round of check-ins this evening. But I've been listening the whole time here, just enjoying everyone's comments. And let's see, trivia, we're going to... man, I don't know. Let's go North America, and we'll see where that gets me. Anyway, this is all I've got. We'll set it back to net. This is KF8ELA.
KF8ELA, WAWKY. All right. Thanks for being here, Zach. Appreciate it. And hopefully you'll have a good remainder of your St. Patrick's Day evening. I've got you marked down for North America. Stay safe, pal. Maybe I'll get a chance to say good morning to you again tomorrow morning. 7-3. KF8 DTA. Good evening, Jeff. Good to hear you. How are you doing? And what's your answer for the trivia question?
Thank you for picking up my call. This is KF8 DTA. Things are going good. Got to drive around in that crazy snow in the middle of the day. I was up by the lake and couldn't see the cars in front of me. It was awesome. Anyway, my answer for the question, I'm going to go with, like, Asia. I'm going to guess Asia. That's all I got. Just wanted to let you know I was here listening. KF8 DTA, back to control.
Jeff, thanks for joining in with us this evening. It's good to hear you. I hope that you've had a great St. Patrick's Day, and you'll have a wonderful finish to it this evening. I've got you marked down for Asia. Stay tuned, okay? Take care, pal. 7-3. W2JLS, John, are you there? John, can you respond? WAWKY.
Whiskey 8 Whiskey Kilo Yankee, Mr. Fred. Good evening on your ears to you and all the listeners. A couple of things. I was in Lakewood, Ohio this morning at 9 a.m. when that boloid came over the lake. Apparently it was about 50 miles up when it crossed over the lake, and it blew up. It was about 30 miles over Valley City, and the strewn field is projected to be all over southern Medina County, which is kind of exciting. Valley City, I gathered online, was only like it's like really not very densely populated, so that's a good place if you have to have a boloid blow up into lots of pieces. If it had to happen, that's not a bad place. Especially cool that so many people could enjoy it. So a lot of camera shots were capturing it, so you can watch it online if you haven't seen it yet. Check it out; it's pretty cool. Daytime observing of a boloid, and yeah, I haven't gathered that anyone's found any of it yet, but the National Weather Service and NASA apparently tracked it coming in, and that strewn field is going to be littered with pieces. So hopefully, maybe somebody will turn some up. I don't know if anyone's living out in Medina County in the south. Check your terrain. Maybe you got a metal detector. I'm not sure if it was metallic, however. Let's see, trivia question. I've been listening, and I did catch the reread, and thinking about Pangea. I'm thinking short, long path, no matter where you go, maybe coming off of Hawaii, being out in the middle of the ocean as it is, maybe you could hit any of the continents, regardless of what direction you're pointing. So that's going to be my answer, will be any of the continents. I may have misunderstood the question, if so, I apologize. And then, yeah, on the way home, as I went into work, I did have some of that snowy, icy stuff, but on my way home today, it was kind of sunny, and then it was a big, thick pocket of lake effect about midway. So that was quite a thriller. Anyway, I'll pass it back. Thanks for having me tonight, Fred, and sorry I couldn't make it in. My antenna may be kind of struggling.
on, no issues. We had the relay, and want to appreciate Eric for giving the relay. But yeah, you're sounding good now, and I guess I'll mark you down for Pangea, which was actually all the continents at one time, I guess. That was news to me. Even when you run the net and you give a question, you learn something. So thanks for being here. Happy St. Patrick's Day, what's left of it to you and yours. Be safe. Hopefully I get a chance to say hello to you in person Thursday evening. And thanks for being here. That is the bottom of the list. One last call. This is last call for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Weekly Net. If you want to come in and join us, please call W8WKY.
Kilo Charlie 8 Delta Echo Oscar KC8 DEO Benny and Doylestown.
Okay, I copied KC8 DEO Benny. Good to hear you, buddy. Anyone else? Last call. Okay, hearing nothing. Benny, did you want to play trivia, and do you need me to reread the question?
No, I heard the question there, Fred. You could put me down for Antarctica. I've been listening along here. I was mobile there for a while. I'm at home now, so thought I'd check in here and say Antarctica. You could also check in KC8 DEP while you're at it. And I'll probably see you at the meeting.
All right, Benny, I've got you marked down for Antarctica, and I did put Brenda in on the list this evening as well. KC8 DEP. Please give her our best. Roseanne and I send our best to her and you, and I will look forward to seeing you Thursday. With that, that brings me to the bottom of the list, and actually the end of the net. I'm going to reread the question for the trivia right now and give the answer. I'm going to alert everybody that I did not pick this because I knew anything about it, but I thought it was pretty interesting. And it's ham radio trivia. How can you go wrong? Pause for time.
W8WKY.
The question for this evening was, in Hawaii, KH6, to which of the continents does the antenna always point no matter what the rotator control box says? In Hawaii, KH6, to which of the continents does the antenna always point no matter what the rotator control box says? Your answer is Africa, in which lies the antipode to KH6. This has got to do with radio propagation, I'm sure. I don't understand it. I'm not a scientist, but I thought it was a pretty cool question. The answer was Africa. And the answer that I had that was correct, I'm looking through all the answers here, and it was Nate, KF8FHW. Mr. Forcell, you got it right. Africa was the correct answer, and you had to pick a continent. It couldn't be a location, it had to be a continent, and so that's it. Anyway, I want to thank all the in and out stations. I want to thank all the stations that stuck around, shared some camaraderie, let us know what was going on, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to everybody in the very near future. Please do not forget, we're on the Barometer Net, Monday through Saturday mornings, starting at 7, going till whenever. We've got the Boredom Breaker Net tomorrow, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And also, we've got the Beacon Net tomorrow evening and Sunday evenings, starting at 10. Early check-ins are 9:30. So with that, thanks one and all. Have a happy St. Patrick's Day, what's left of it. Excuse me. And I will go ahead and return this repeater back to normal amateur use at the hour of 9:20 p.m. Happy St. Patrick's Day, one and all. W8WKY/W88KOC 73.